Previously.
1, 2, 3.
X-Rated, the X-Men animated review show.
You may proceed as planned.
All right, then. Welcome to X-Rated. No. Yes, well, it is X-Rated, the X-Men animated review show, but it's also Wolverine and the X-Rated.
Just in time to save a building full of people.
Well, I mean, we were a little late getting started tonight, but I'm glad everyone in that building is fine. But who am I?
You knew that, right?
Yes, I knew that.
I'm your host, of course. You knew that. I am your host, Gambit. And with me, as always...
Question is, can you afford me?
Lucius Aquilandre. And I don't know if we can afford him, not much longer. But for as long as we can, we'll keep bringing him in. And, wait a minute.
That scoundrel, however, I do not know.
I do not. We know him, of course we do. It's Ryan's here.
Who?
Jabbo.
I
616.
forgot to change my name.
You got time.
You still can.
But yes, there's
I'll get
a Thieves Gambit afoot tonight because we are here to review Wolverine and the X-Men, Season 1, Episode 5, Thieves Gambit, written by Bob Forward and Craig Kyle, and directed by friend of the show, Steve Gordon. Ryan, you're a Gambit fan.
Huge Gambit fan.
Yeah. That's why we had to have you join us here.
There we go.
For the limited time that we may have you, because we get started real late. The Sabres are in the playoffs. We're lucky to have Ryan here at all.
The who?
The Buffalo Sabres? The Sabres?
Is this some kind of sporting team, are they?
Yeah, it's
Lacrosse,
once in a
I think.
while.
Lacrosse?
It's
Oh,
still,
okay, lacrosse. That
yeah.
is Canada's national sport, you know.
That's true.
Most
That's
people
right,
think
so
hockey
Orange
is
still
not. It's all right. Our precious Toronto Maple Leafs will beat them in the fun.
Ryan and I were talking about this earlier. The Maple Leafs and Sabres will never share the playoffs again.
Never. Because the Maple Leafs, because the Sabres usually make it to the playoffs.
No, they usually do not.
No,
They do not?
we had the longest drought in NHL history. We just broke it this year.
Oh, to make it to the playoffs?
Yeah. It's been 14 years since we've been in the
It's a
playoffs.
dry spell.
I was going to say the Toronto Maple Leafs must have the longest dry spell for winning a cup. I guess except for the
Mike
ones we've
Pekka
never done.
retired, and it was just downhill from there, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
pretty much.
Mhm.
I think last time we made the playoffs, it was we still had Ryan Miller as a goalie.
There you go. He's older than us, I think. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I don't
man,
know.
he's like just
Yeah,
one of those
probably
old guys who does like convention circuits now.
Yeah. But we're not here to talk hockey or lacrosse or whatever we're talking about. We're here to talk about X-Men. But you know what? We're going to bump Ryan's segment right up to the front of the show here because I'm excited to share some of these pictures you sent me here, Ryan.
It
You
was
got some
very hard.
bangers in this collection.
Yeah,
And like
it was
some
hard to narrow.
of the greats too, like some of the names that were popping up when I was looking through these. I'm like, dang, he's all right. There's some anyway. Let's hit a theme music for this, shall we? Ooh, I have a new theme music. Oh no, wait. I assigned it. Oh, there's an art corner.
Let's do it. It's a gold mine.
It really is a gold mine. Where's my banner? There it is. Art Coonery with Ryan. Okay. So let's share the
Gavin, are you familiar with the term gooning?
what?
Are you familiar with the term gooning?
Obviously not.
Okay. You should look it up. And just look it up when you have some free time.
Is your mind in the gutter again, in the smut, sir?
It's a very popular word right now amongst young people.
Oh, well, no one
These
young
damn
is
kids
watching
and their
this
language.
show.
Just saying. Just saying.
You have like one young listener.
Do you want me to tell you what the word gooning means according to Urban Dictionary?
Oh, fine. But I said goonery. You're twisting my word.
I do want to hear what gooning means, though.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, here's the full long one. Gooning may be most simply defined as the state usually achieved after a prolonged edging session when a man becomes completely hypnotized by the feeling radiating his penis. Since a gooning state can only be achieved after it. Okay, so the short answer is the act of becoming completely self-absorbed with your penis and masturbation.
Oh.
Gooning. So
yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, that's fine. It works.
It usually means that you like edging yourself forever and like never being with a woman, just masturbating frequently and then edging a lot.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we are on an X-Men podcast, so
there you go. I know, like goons is a little different, but gooning or gooner is the terms that's used for that. So just tread lightly, Devin, in the future.
I like it.
It's like Ryan's goonery.
That's why I have you on. Right?
It's so good. I keep your finger on the pulse of what's new and
exactly.
What's
you
the
keep
modern world.
What the kids are saying.
Hip to what the kids are
being so much younger than myself.
I am. How much younger than you am I? Not by much.
I don't know. I was born in 84.
Oh, I was born in 85. So
see, you young
mere year,
young lad. Yeah. Anyway, what year were you born, Ryan?
83.
Oh, look at that.
Ancient.
We've got the three best years in human history represented here.
Well, it's funny because I was talking to somebody today, and we were talking about, I don't know, something that happened. It was like 2006. And like, you know, I was talking about it like it was a year ago. And I was like, oh, no, that was literally 20 years ago.
It's fucking nuts to think about it now, man. Like kids born in 2010 are like 17 this year.
Yeah.
You know, like it's wild. Or no, 16.
Something came out post 2002. I still consider it new. I'm like, well, yeah, that newer movie. Or like,
yeah.
You know what I always laugh about is that the old so for some reason oldie stations, no matter how many decades pile on, stop at the 90s. Like the 80s. Like 90s is still in the current music when you listen to radio stations. Oldies only go up to the 80s. And like in the 90s, the oldie stations played 80s. Yeah. So somehow that bench net market never moved. You think it should have slid up to like 2000?
It will when all of those people die.
I guess. But I saw a meme the other day and it said like, I watched the marching band at the school and they did a song by Blink 182 and I was like, oh, that's cool. He goes, that they played something contemporary. When I was a kid, they'd only ever play the old rock stuff to make the old people happy. And then they see him realize that his face just turned into an old person. Because like whatever that song would have been like from the 90s or early 2000s, right? Although Blink 182 is really popular with modern kids right now for some, like people in their like 20s, like late 20s. So
yeah. There's been a big big comeback on like the punk rock and the emo music and stuff. It has a real big I don't know, not my thing.
No, I mean I like that stuff, so it's cool. But yeah, weird. Anyway, let's see some gooning. Ryan, bring on the goonery.
You just gotta ruin everything, don't you?
It's not me. It's the children, David. The children.
The kids. They ruin everything.
The kids.
What do we got here, Ryan?
Oh, this is cool stuff. So this is Marcus Toe, who's a buddy of mine. If you remember, for the Krakoan age, he was actually the artist on Excalibur.
Yeah, love that.
And he's the one that did Gambit. So that I got that commission in his Excalibur costume approximately 6 months before the book ever came out. Because Marcus told me that he was doing the book and that he has a new design for Gambit. I was like, oh, cool. I want a drawing of that. And that's what he did for me. He's like, don't show this.
Is he allowed to do that? If Disney's listening, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Nah, it's fine now. But that book's well over.
That's awesome. Have him on your show and you can grill him about that, Andre.
I'll give him the business.
Hear that you're giving out early stuff.
Yeah,
I'll give him the gears.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. He's a good Canadian dude.
Good Canadian kid. Good old Canadian kid out there.
All right. So obviously, this is the Master Jim Lee. I bought this secondhand from a guy named Nelson.
I figured since your name's not Nelson, but I'm glad you cleared that up.
So what's cool about this is like he was back, like during COVID years, like obviously 2021 for a couple years. He used to go on Twitch. Jim Lee did, and he would sketch, and then he would pick a winner, basically, and then he would just give away the sketch to somebody. So he did that sketch in 8 minutes, and somebody named Nelson won it. And then this guy Nelson has a really good art collection. He knows I'm a big Gambit fan, so he reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, I got better pieces. I don't really want this anymore." Offered it up to me at a really good price, and now it's on my wall.
It's pretty great. You can just, I mean, you almost want to change your name to Nelson, don't you?
It's true.
Just
Was it Nelson Mandela that got that?
Yeah, maybe it was, or Judd Nelson. And he just
he normally don't go by
buddy.
last names though.
Yeah,
Or
well,
Craig.
they're buddies.
Could have been Craig T. Nelson.
Could have been Craig
There
T.
It's Coach.
Maybe Coach Poltergeist,
Yeah.
spending that Poltergeist money on some.
Andres is being strangled by a poltergeist as we speak.
It feels that way. I got so excited about Craig T. Nelson. I'm choking on my own
It's all like
interview.
gooning over there.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't see where my hands are. Gonna pull a Jeffrey Tubin on this one.
The great Todd Knock.
Oh yeah. So this here,
It's beauty.
It's a beauty. This is on a sketch card.
Oh wow,
This is like 2 by 3 inches. And I was just
crazy.
like, he posted up, and I've had like email correspondence with him probably for almost 20 years.
wow.
Going back to not like we're not friends or anything, but like I'll just like email him once in a while. He emails me back. It's like a very long like pen pal thing, and he posted that up on his Instagram. I emailed him. I was like, hey, I never asked for like your pieces, but I was like, is that Gambit for sale or is that a commission? He's like, nah, man. He's like, he gave me a price, and then I bought it. And it was, I couldn't say no. I was like, for the amount of detail he put into a sketch card, it was just crazy.
I love the hand with the card. It looks pretty great. The whole thing, colors are good. Yeah,
It's beauty.
I love Knock.
yeah, he's great stuff. He did the
Here.
Nightcrawler book. He's done a bunch of X-Men now.
Yeah, he's got a lot of X-Men.
Yeah.
And this is Canada's own Danica Bryan.
Ooh.
Well,
I know
you
Danica,
do
she's a
know
friend.
60% of all comic book artists are from Toronto. Or at least
Danica's from Quebec, I think.
Yeah.
Or
she's,
New Brunswick. New Brunswick or
Yeah,
Quebec.
New Brunswick. But actually, I have a matching Rogue piece too. But this is on 11 by 17, all watercolor. I mean, she's just amazing.
That's a phenomenal watercolor.
Oh, she's just incredible. I have anytime it's hard for me not to just keep getting art from her because she's amazing and I love supporting her and Nick. Like, they're just great people. But like, I've never gotten anything bad. Actually, let's keep that up there.
It's got more. Yeah, it's hard to believe parts of that
I
cover.
got some
even watercolor.
Danica Bryan stuff right here, I think.
Do you?
I think we got a frame here, don't we?
You
Here,
both
actually-
got some Brian.
I just got these in the mail from her.
Oh,
weeks ago.
Krakoa and Sinister.
Yeah.
And yeah. Krakoa and Sinister is the best Sinister.
Well, it's funny because she's like, oh, who do you want? Because she's like just doing like practice sketch cards. I'm like, I don't know, pick 2 X-Men. She's like, really? I was like, I don't care. She's like, that's so strange. But then she picks like off the Sinister. I'm like, hell yeah, good picks.
That's a good. Yeah, those are that Cyclops is very good too.
I got a Sandy Crothers.
Oh, you get a Sandy Crothers there, do you?
Oh, I love that.
Very good.
Hold on here. I know it's here somewhere.
He's looking for a Danica Bryan.
I know I have one here.
What do we got here, Ryan?
Well, speaking of Danica, her other half, this is Nick Bradshaw.
I got some of his left in too.
I love those two. I mean, honestly, like they're the greatest people on the planet.
Yeah, they're very sweet people.
And I love both their styles. Like Bradshaw has been one of my favorites since, especially when he did like Wolverine, the X-Men, and all that. Like, I really became a big fan. But I love his work. He's just like he's a modern Art Adams. He has like that kind of style.
Yeah, I actually one time I saw a Marvel poster that Art Adams did that I thought was his.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got the poster, you should sign it. And he was like, that's Art Adams. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, it's like
I can't find it. I know I have it here somewhere.
yeah.
He did a Catwoman or a Black Cat for me.
Well, you know what? And he's so good at drawing like a zillion people, right? Like he could draw 100 characters on a page and it doesn't look wrong.
That's why he was so great on that Guardians of the Galaxy book. Like, there's always a ton of people credited into that.
Did you remember that Army of Darkness book? Because he did that. Like, I think it was one of the first Army of Darkness books.
You, sir, are going to be jealous because I do have this, which is an original page from his Army of Darkness.
I used to have a cover from one of those books that he did.
Yeah, I have a full page.
They're
nice.
The art's amazing, and like every page is so busy because there's so much going on, and like it just like it was that book when he like hooked me where I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, but I love him. And then I found out he's Canadian, and I was like, oh, I love him even more.
Well, if you want to learn about how he got to do that book, you can listen to the episode of the Graphic Histories podcast.
That's true.
Oh, actually, no, I never had him on the show. I've tried a couple times.
You didn't. I keep bugging you.
I tried, but he never answers me. I don't think he likes doing them.
He does not.
Because like I know him well enough, and we're kind of friendly, so I figured he would. But him and Danica both don't seem to like to do them, so I didn't push it because I didn't want to bother him. So, but he did tell me, what was it? It was like at a. Was it a message board? There was something where they called him. I think it was something to do with online, and his stuff was on like DeviantArt or something. And he did a bunch of stuff, and then he got a letter or an email or a fax or a call from them saying they wanted him to do the art on a new Army of Darkness book. And he didn't believe it was them. He thought it was his friends fucking around. He had to get them to like actually mail him a contract before he actually believed that it was real. Mm-hmm. He just would not accept it,
which is so crazy, but it makes sense, especially nowadays.
Mm.
Or not that long ago, like with everything on message boards and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. So this is just a Gambit when he would do the art drop Sundays, like once a month they would drop art. Danica emailed me at one point. He's like, "You're really gonna like one of Nick's pieces this weekend. Make sure you pay attention to it." And the weekend that they dropped it, it's always on like Sundays. I was actually at Universal Studios on vacation with my family because I remember specifically I was in line for the Jimmy Fallon ride, and the drop.
Jimmy Fallon has a ride.
Yeah, it's like a NBC kind of thing. Yeah, I was on it.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
But so like we're in the queue, and like we're literally the next group to get on the ride. The drop is in 1 minute, so I have my phone in my hand, praying for the queue not to go, so I can get this piece. And as we're walking to the ride itself, like sit down, the drop happened, and I bought it. And I was able to get the phone back in my pocket before the ride actually started.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was
a legendary moment.
My wife was very confused.
Don't go.
Yeah. The phone's gone.
Worth it.
I was going to say, did it go through?
Yeah, I just need to know. All right, what do we got here? Oh, look at this one.
Oh, so remember a few years ago there was like that Gambit and Storm miniseries. Well, it was just Gambit, but it was like with Little Storm. It was one of the Chris Claremont books. That, like
Baby
sort of
Storm?
takes place in continuity, but it's like this is like missing time. That was the artist. It's either Sid Koshian or Sid Katian. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but he was the artist on it, and he did this piece here. He did it for a wildlife charity. And
tons of energy in this one.
Oh yeah, it could have been a cover, and I was but he didn't do any covers. I think they had like Will Sportatio did the covers. Yeah, and it was a charity auction, and I won it. So I actually have a couple pages from that series too. I really liked his art in that book. This was cool. It was just a simple David Marquez pencil sketch, and then I had Mustafa ink it for me at New York last year. Just I don't know, man. I love Marquez on that book.
Yeah, Marquez is great.
Like the expressions that he puts on those characters are just incredible.
Him and Gale have been a good combo so far.
Yeah, I agree.
Like this one.
Yeah,
Adam Kubert. No wonder I like it.
Yeah, that's Adam. Yeah, he was amazing.
One of the great Wolverine artists of all time.
Yeah, I have a Weapon X, like an AOA Weapon X from him too. It's small. It's like it's a little bit, maybe like 4x6. It's a little bit bigger than a postcard.
I was at a con once and Andy and Adam Kubert were there, but they were signing at the same time and they both had giant lines, so I knew I was only going to chance to get one of them to sign. my
Yeah.
comics. I had comics for both of them there, so I chose Adam.
I can't believe they had them both at the same time. That's obnoxious.
It's like, oh, I walked right up. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to work out at all. And just got in the Adam line, and I was right. By the time I got Adam to sign, I was definitely not going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a tough call though too, because you're a
it
Wolverine.
was
guy,
a tough
so,
call, but
Yeah,
yeah.
because like as
What
a
would you have
Wolverine
done?
guy, you got to go Adam.
I had to, yeah.
Yeah.
But what about you, Andre? If you had to do that predicament, what lineup would you have gotten into?
Into who? Arthur Adams or Neil Adams?
No, Andy Kubert or Adam Kubert. I could only get one of them to sign my comics because they were signing at the same time, but at different tables.
Andy or Adam?
Yeah.
I mean, Andy's the OG. Fuck, that would be tough. Probably Andy.
What about you?
He's got the school. It's him. You gotta bring him as Tarzan.
No, that's Joe.
No, that's Joe. That's
Oh, sorry. Oh, fuck. What am I doing?
I'm talking about the brothers.
Yeah,
right.
Both of which are big X-Men guys.
Yeah.
Adam's like the Wolverine guy. Andy's like the X-Men proper guy.
Yeah.
I mean, Andy's. I think. I'd say Andy's the one that I like visually more. Although Adams is really good too. I go with
Hey,
Andy.
Raphael. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, well, it was a good con. I think that's the one I met Stan Lee.
You almost killed Stan Lee, you mean?
I almost killed Stan Lee at that one, yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's a good story.
Devin took a knife right to his
Luckily,
throat.
it ended well. If it ended the other way, it would have been an awful story.
Yeah, Devin spent six nights in jail.
6 nights in jail.
He was high in meth. He took a knife out. He threatened Stan Lee. It was a whole thing. You should have tuned into the, to the Graphic Histories podcast to get the whole story.
There you go. You got it.
That's right. That's right. The Madman. Well, that's where he got the name Madman Davin.
That's true. That's where I got it. All right. What else? We got another one here, I think.
Is there?
Dude. Oh, Sheedy.
Yeah, dude. Valerie Sheedy. I got this at New York Comic Con. I wanted a Gambit. It was supposed to just be a bust. And then he had like this idea for some cards. He's like, "Do you mind if I like screw around with it?" I'm like, "I don't give a crap. Like, you're the artist, dude. Yeah. Whenever an artist asks you if they can screw around with it, just always say yes."
Yeah, because they're always gonna do something cooler.
Yeah, like I was like, and this one here, I love the Gambit. It looks so good. But that, like, what he did with the cards, I was just like, watching him do it was just crazy because it looks like something that like you would do on a computer.
Hey man, real artists, human artists are better than the computer artists. And this is the last one here.
Oh, okay. This is Georges Genti. You might know him. He was the artist on the Buffy comics.
Oh yeah,
for years.
And the Firefly ones as well.
Yes, he was. Yeah. So he did a lot of the Whedon books.
Yeah.
So
you do Frey? Is that the guy who did Frey?
Yeah.
The Buffy one? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The Frey was the one that he actually came up with that concept, like the designs and stuff. So this here it's a recreation sort of the cover to issue 25 of the original Gambit series, which I just loved it. But I actually have the cover image was one of my first tattoos. It's on my back. So when I had the chance to actually get a piece from him, I had him do a recreation of it because it's just like, literally on my back. So
fair enough.
So he switched it around. Like it's a different city. Like he's facing a different direction. So it's not just like, copying what he already did, just kind of making it a little bit fresher. But yeah, I absolutely love it. It's that one's on my wall too.
To me, this looks like an image that was like a Punisher 1992 Marvel card, but it's Gambit. Like that's the pose that I'm getting. Like I feel like that's like a Punisher.
You're right. If you take off the jacket and give him some guns.
Yeah, exactly. It's wicked Punisher. But no, it's good. I like it. And that's art goonery, or whatever you dirty smut kids out there want to call it.
I think goonery's even better now.
You got an awesome collection.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Well, where are we at now? Oh, I know.
The actual episode. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
Well, it's funny because
On Wolverine and the
well,
X-Men.
I'll tell you in a minute.
So you're staying?
My place is here, alongside my family.
That's why we're here right now, even though it's super late. Go ahead, Andre.
The funny thing is, there's usually a resource I use online that gives you kind of a write-up that allows me to follow it while I go through the episode. And for some reason, it did the first 4 episodes of the show really well, and all the shows for the previous shows. But then for this particular episode, and then most of the ones going forward, it has nothing.
Well, this one's not very plot heavy.
No, but it's actually a really good episode, I thought. And spoiler alert.
And and it's a really
I
important
like Gambit
episode
in it
too.
a lot.
That's what
Like,
you
this
said?
episode means so much, but like it's
It
not.
sets up a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
which is cool. So I can't really use it as a resource. I'm going to go by memory. I did watch it today, but I had to watch it while I was working because I've been really busy lately. So you guys may feel free to chime in with other information. Jabma. Old Gooner Jabma. I can't keep track of shit anymore. Glizzy, like we call hot dogs glizzies now. That's where we are as a society. So anyway, so as Davin mentioned, Storm is now part of the team. Will never leave her family, and then subsequently was never seen in this episode. The immediate one following.
No.
So I want to be with my family, except in the next episode.
And every episode going forward.
Yeah. Very, very few X-Men in this episode, actually.
Yeah,
That's true.
pretty much just Wolverine and Gambit.
Mhm.
And Gambit's not really an X-Man. He's a thief, I tell you.
So the episode starts with a woman running from the mutant. What do they call the MRD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The MRD.
Get it? The murders.
I don't get it. Stands for murders.
Maybe.
Hey, Frodo, hey, buddy. So the woman's running as we see her footsteps are getting increasingly hotter and evaporating water that she runs through. She runs through the crowd. Eventually, she becomes.
I mean,
full-
Andre says woman, but we're basically looking at a child here.
Okay, a girl. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, she could be, younger
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. But
I mean, I don't
clearly
know.
a very young person.
But they also want to sex her up a little bit because look at this. What is going on here?
I don't know what you mean.
Uh-huh.
The flames?
Mm-hmm.
You saying because of the flames she's hot?
No, and the fact that she is, I guess, well endowed does not necessarily mean that she's a woman,
Get
but
your mind out of the.
I'm
the
not. I'm
theory.
just saying, obviously, they depict her as being older than a child. She's not like 10. So, anywho, as she's running, her flames are getting in control. Wolverine managed to catch up to her and then throw a collar on her. We then see that the footage is being watched.
Really good throw.
Solly, right, yeah. It's almost as if he's gone back to his Australian roots and
Yeah.
we're throwing boomerangs. But we see the footage is being
knock out the drop bears out of the gum trees with this one.
It's not too shabby. So one sec here. So we see that the footage is being watched by this woman, who we see as Sybil Zane in her first appearance in the series. Who is
Did
a character?
anything? I think I don't know her from the comics.
Oh, she's not a comic person?
Yeah, no, she's created for the show.
Interesting. Earth, yeah, she's attributed to Earth 8096, which I guess is where this world falls in the multiverse.
8096, eh?
And her history seems to only extend to this episode, so I'm guessing she doesn't come back anymore.
She's got a great ponytail.
She kind of reminds me a little bit of like Silver Sable ish. Now, obviously, doesn't have white hair and all that, but just ish. Kind of the
funny you say that. I actually had to rewind it when I watched this because they call her Sybil really fast, and I didn't catch it, and I thought they said Sable. And I'm like, is this supposed to be Silver Sable? And then I was just like,
the character doesn't show up very often in extended Spider-Man lore. In the comics, sure, but I guess she was in the game, the last game, or a couple games ago.
Yeah, she was.
She had her own comic for a little while with the Wild Pack.
Oh yeah, that's when Sandman dabbled with being a good guy. It was her and a lot of like Spider-Man villains that were sort of not really bad guys, like Rocket Racer and the Prowler and Sandman. And who else was on that team?
Oh, it's been a
I tell you, there's another woman on it. Was Willow the Wisp on it?
It had a little rotating cast.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Sandman
book,
was usually there.
Yeah, Sandman was there for a while. Actually, Sable's been showing up in the new Wolverine book. She's been in the last arc.
Right. That's right. I have that issue that I have. Where would it go? Probably right here. No, I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's who it was. I was right. It was Will o' the Wisp. It was when she was teamed up with the Outlaws. That's what they were called.
Yeah.
It was Prowler, Puma, Rocket Racer, Sandman, and Will o' the Wisp.
Puma.
Jesus.
Puma's always been a Spider-Man villain I really, really liked, but it doesn't show up that often. He was very much in that 90s era where there's a lot of him.
He was in Web of a lot. Web of Spider-Man.
There's a lot of him in Cardiac. And they should have
I miss Cardiac. I liked the Cardiac character a lot.
Elias Wortham.
Yeah.
That's one I think should get some TV or movie treatment, Cardiac.
I think Puma should too. Thomas Fireheart, he was a cool character. He's like an indigenous sort of guy that like had a, he's cool. I always liked him. And he had a bit, there's a one point he sort of like Venom that they had an honor thing with Spider-Man that he finally appeased and was able to kind of become a friend.
People always think of the Sinister Six and the kind of adjacent to that when they think of Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. But when you look outside of that, his Rogues Gallery is pretty great.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So we see her. Basically, she's the saying like pay attention to what it does. They see that it deactivates her powers, and Wolverine's able.
I feel like her and Emma would hate each other.
Yeah, probably two big personalities. We see she's showing this footage to the Thieves Guild, which is made up of.
That's supposed to be Psylocke with the purple hair.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
This is obviously Dr. Octopus.
It is weird seeing all this like international Thieves Guild kind of thing, where normally we only see the Louisiana Thieves.
Yeah, we see a bunch of them.
Assassin's Guild.
Which is interesting because we get a who's who of characters that were probably never.
They even wear flags to let you know.
Yeah, to let you know that this one's British. This one's got an eye patch, so he's even more evil.
Like
I wonder if Gambit UK.
Well, like, I wonder if that's supposed to signify that they're like the leaders in like those countries.
That's very possible, but also this guy doesn't really have an accent. Like this guy.
No.
Yeah,
he
said
like supposed to be leading the family down there, probably at this point.
And maybe so. I actually really like Gambit's design in this show. I actually think it's the coolest Gambit design I've seen yet. Including
I like his personality too.
Yes, me too. He's a little more of a bad guy.
He plays it a little more aloof. Like Gambit's always aloof, but this guy plays it almost a little more than.
This is the before he found the family of the X-Men Gambit, which I like.
Yeah. Just wait till, and I won't spoil anything, but like he comes back later in the show, and he plays a really just I don't know. I agree with you guys. Like this is one of the best like games we've ever gotten on like TV.
This show just impresses me more and more. It's actually really good. I mean, it's not going to touch X-Men 2, but it's definitely the second best X-Men so far. The second best X-Men cartoon, in my opinion.
So far, for me, it's great, but it lacks a touch of depth so far. It doesn't have the depth of any of the other X-Men shows so far.
Well, yeah, you're missing some like Cyclops and Jean's not in it, and the Professor X is barely in it so far.
I don't mean of characters. I just mean of like getting into the characters.
More emotional depth.
There's not a lot of emotional depth and.
No, I think it's kind of there. We haven't had any episodes that really delve into anybody's backstory yet, so I guess that's probably why.
But we've kind of gotten that, and they're giving us the things we haven't gotten in a way. So I'm not really complaining too much about that.
We then see the
we get in the bigger world and the bigger.
Do you recognize any of these guys from the comics or these other Thieves Guild people?
No, I was trying to figure it out.
Well, my character, the name I chose today is a character that was in there. But I'm guessing he wasn't a comic character, maybe just for the show. It was Aquila, I think was the full name, his name. But anyway, so none of them really want to take it because in order to get the inhibition collar, she wants them to get the collar for her. They have to break into the X Mansion and tangle with the X-Men, which none of them want to do, except Gambit's the only one that says that he will for the right price. We then get the intro to the show. We then see that
I like
Logan.
the Cyclops in this show. I actually like kind of silent, broody Cyclops.
Yeah, me too. It's different. He's definitely got an edge to him, which I like. Like he kind of doesn't take shit at all, which is interesting. Like, which is kind of fun. So we see them returning Amara back to, I guess, South America, Brazil. Is that where she's from?
Well, she's from Nova Roma. Is that? Yeah.
Much different looking version of her than she was in the previous series, but it does have an accent. It does seem to be Hispanic. Wolverine says she can stay, but this guy in the plane is like tells her she got to go, which could be her dad, I guess. I don't know. It's
Seems to be her father.
He's like, Amara, we gotta go.
We gotta go. You're not hanging out with these mutants.
She has to keep the collar. Wolverine says it's not safe to wear it for extended periods of time. So he has to take it back, but they're working on it. So she returns home. We then see that.
But that's the first thing he bugs Forge about. He's like, make this work for longer.
But isn't it fun and a fun nod? Because in X-Men 97, we learned that Forge created the colors there as well. So it's a fun little nod to this, maybe, or maybe just a happy accident. But it is something that ties them together. So Forge is still working on it. As we see the X-Men go to bed, Wolverine is kind of still brooding over Frozen in Carbonite, Charles Xavier. And then he goes to bed, but then he smells something off, which is that the somebody is in the house that shouldn't be. And then he finds out that Gambit has been in the house and has taken the collar. Then we get a YTV movie coming up at 8:00 p.m. Eastern time.
Ooh, what's it gonna be?
Could be a lot of things.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I wonder if it'll tell us what the movie is. No, it doesn't. So we see Wolverine suit up and go off looking for the person that has got it. We see Gambit doing the handoff with Sable. She gives him this money plus some extra for keeping his mouth shut, basically. She accepts gladly.
Yeah, I got a clip from this here.
This transaction never happened.
They never do.
They never do.
Yeah. Do you know who does his voice in this series?
No, I didn't look it up.
Phil Lamar is what he's credited as.
Oh wow, Phil Lamar. Now we got to get Phil Lamar on the show.
That'd be awesome. I mean, he's fucking John. He's John Stewart from the Justice League Unlimited. He's fantastic.
He's Mad TV. He's Phil Lamar.
Mad TV. Yeah, he's great. He's the guy that got shot in the face in Pulp Fiction. Marvin.
That's right.
Yeah, he's in lots of stuff. He's a great actor.
All right,
great voice actor. But
that's my goal for this review series.
His John Stewart is so fucking good. Like that Green Lantern, that John Stewart's Green Lantern might be my favorite Green Lantern just from that series alone. He was so good in that series.
I absolutely agree.
But anyway, so we see Gambit playing with his cards. But he kind of knows Wolverine is following. Wolverine, of course, threatens him. They get in a big old fight.
A Dannybrook.
Big old Dannybrook in which Wolverine wants him to tell him who paid for it, and Gambit says he doesn't know. And then Wolverine says, "Well, isn't rule number 2 of the Thieves Guild?" So what I like this is it shows that Wolverine actually knows some shit about some shit. So he even knows rules for the Thieves Guild, implying that he has a history with them in his long past, or at least someone related to it. So he knows that the second rule of the Thieves Guild is to know who your client actually is.
I will say this is my second favorite portrayal of Wolverine after Cal Dodd.
Agreed.
No,
he's great at
Wolverine.
He's great.
Well, I like about this too is that they never try to hide that. Like, it's not like Wolverine just discovered who Gambit was. Like, they obviously know each other. Like, there's a history.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know that I don't
know if they actually knew each other. I think he
Quite
just
that
knows about
impressive.
the Thieves Guild and recognizes that he's one of them.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
because
Who
like
knows?
the way that Gambit broke into the mansion makes me think that he was in the mansion before.
No, I mean that's heavily you could surmise that, but I don't think it's really there in the episode.
Sneaking in and spying on Rogue. He's a bit of a unsavory character.
And do we do the favorite line and all that right in this show?
The
'Cause
Wolverine.
my spoiler alert, mine is right here where Wolverine says, "You sell it your own kind." Yeah,
I got this one.
yeah, play it.
Yeah,
I don't
It's a
think
great
I
line. It
It's already
bumps
been
us up.
converted into cave.
That's all I got from it.
It has already been converted into cave.
Oh, right, being converted into cash.
Wolverine says, you know what they're going to use that for, and he says he does, and he goes, you sell it your own kind for a little bit of money, and he goes, no, I'd sell out my own kind for a lot of money.
Yeah, that's my favorite line too.
It's the best line.
I said I wrote it right here in my notes too.
Yeah, it's so good. It's like one of the best lines. No, I sell my own kind.
It's definitely the best line of the episode. Yeah.
Look at his face here; it's so long.
Absolument no. I sold out my kind for a large amount of cash.
Oh, there it is.
Large.
It even has an absolument at the start.
So Wolverine takes the bag and throws it into the fire, burning all of the money, upsetting Gambit. Wolverine tells him he will give him double what was in that bag if he helps him track down the person. Then he says, "You're assuming I know."
Chuck's money.
And he says, "You're assuming I know who she is," and that's what Wolverine says is the second rule of being a thieves guild, knowing who your client is, and he smiles because So we see Sable goes and we find out who her client is. It is Bolivar Trask, who wants to obviously he's going to use the technology for evil ends. He also has a long face.
He's got a proper evil look in this show.
They're studying it, enhancing it. Wolverine and Gambit. There's a lot of fun interactions between them here.
You got to run, Ryan?
Transformers.
No, yeah, I got 9 minutes.
Transformers Animated is up next after this, so just make sure you pay attention.
Oh, very exciting. Stay tuned for our Transformers.
Basically, it's just we don't have to get too long into it since Ryan's got to go, but basically, him and Gambit have a lot of fun interaction while they break into the place. Wolverine recognizes Bolivar Trask as being who Bolivar Trask is, and knowing what they're going to be using this technology for evil ends.
Air ducts.
Only in the world of cinema. In real life, they never hold.
Facts. They're hung by almost nothing, by rope, string. Sometimes it's not much.
She tells Gambit, she already paid him off, whatever. He said that the deal's changed now. She says, get out of the way. She wants to go to his car. He charges up her car and lets her go to it, and then it explodes, making her drop the collar. Then there's a big old fight between robots and machines that Bolivar Trask is controlling. And you see Gambit using bolts and other things to power up to use in the battle.
Pretty cool.
Wolverine manages to turn one of the guns back on itself and blow up where Trask is organizing things. And then basically Wolverine wants Gambit's help to try to survive as they're shooting at him. And Gambit tells him to throw him the collar and he'll do it. So Wolverine throws him the case, and then Gambit just pieces, doesn't even help him, makes a hole in the wall and gets out of there.
Yeah, just leaves.
And leaves Wolverine to die, basically. But then when he gets outside, he notices the case is empty. And then he sees the gunfire stop, and he smiles and leaves, thinking perhaps the Wolverine's dead. But we come to find out the next morning. I thought the end of the episode was a little bit of but of course he's not dead. I feel like it could have ended a little more satisfyingly, but then Wolverine comes in he's all beat up, and he throws it on the table and says we need to get better locks. Meaning that
we need better locks.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a look at his how beat up he was, because it's kind of funny. He's totally fucked up. Yeah. The costume's all ripped.
He's healed, but
yeah. But so he managed to get the collar back, and end of episode.
Pretty funny, and
a lot of really fun interactions between Wolverine and Gambit. It reminded me a lot of what would be my comic book recommendation. We can save it, but that Gambit Wolverine miniseries from the early 2000s, late 90s. Is that the one?
Victims.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, it was Loeb and Sale, right?
Was that the Jack the Ripper thing?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of connected to Jack the Ripper?
One of the Loeb and Sale ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so good.
I have it in collection somewhere.
Very good book. It was one of the early ones too, because that's before they did Spider-Man Blue and Gray and all those other ones. Yeah, the Wolverine Gambit was very early in their collaborations.
Daredevil Yellow, Captain America White, Hulk Gray, and Spider-Man Blue, I think, were all.
Spider-Man Blue is still one of the best Spider-Man stories ever told.
Yeah, the Hulk one was really good too. They're all really good.
They are. They were incredible.
I don't want to be like a dick, and it's going to sound like it when I say this. I used to really like Jeff Loeb, and then after his son died, I didn't really care for it too much after that. And I don't want to say that that made him a bad writer, but just it seemed like something changed. And
he was also more into the TV side at that point.
Yeah,
so his head was.
And maybe that was it too. He was too busy writing for TV. But
yeah,
I liked ideas of the things he did. Like the Hulk, the Red Hulk series was. I mean, I only really bought it for the Ed McGuinness art, but
his dialogue changed and it didn't flow like it used to.
No, it didn't seem to. I mean, obviously, like going through something traumatic like that will just better change you. But
He was wordy too. Like Daredevil Yellow is quite wordy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like that was that time in comics. Like comics were quite wordy compared to what they are now in like the early 2000s.
Well, yeah, even some of his Superman stuff he did with McGinnis, that was part of just the Superman title, where there were some hefty books, but I mean they were amazing. I mean they were some of the. I don't read a lot of DC, but like I think I read most of that run because it was beautiful because it's McGinnis, and Loeb was just like on point on those books.
Gorgeous stuff. Gorgeous stuff.
Yeah, that Ed McGinnis does some beautiful stuff. All right, well, let's move on.
Moving on
to
new ratings music.
Yeah, new ratings music.
Devin, you're spoiling us.
I know. I had some time. You kept delaying the show.
You're lucky I'm even here, dude.
I'm
sorry. I'm not saying you're lucky. It's like my presence makes you, is so valuable that you're lucky. But I'm
can't
really,
afford them, people.
I'm really busy with work, and I'm in the middle of a dinner theater right now. So we have rehearsals every night. So I literally just came home, ran home, and then my wife had some questions about my taxes, which I got her kind of close to the last minute, but we were away for a couple of weeks. So I had to run her through that so that she could submit everything. So it's just been a long ass day. But I'm here.
The show is basically rehearsal for a dinner theater.
Could be. I think I suggested this Wolverine Gambit comic before, but I'm going to do it again.
I don't know that you have.
I think I did back on back
in 92.
Maybe the first year, the second year of us doing this. It was one of the first 1 or 2 seasons.
That was a lifetime ago.
Yeah,
how long have we been doing this for?
So young. So young.
Boy, how long have we been doing this? 4 years?
I would say 4. Maybe getting on 5 now.
Fuck.
4.
Yeah, because I was doing
COVID. We started during COVID. When was COVID?
2020 to 2023.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
like early.
It was 2020 is when I started doing my podcast.
Yeah, so probably the year after that. I started doing my Star Trek podcast in 2020, and this one came
2021. Out. So yeah, 5 years. Jesus, where's the time go?
I don't know. Where does our youth go?
We're all just dust in the wind.
First, Brian, what's your X rating on this one?
X rating. All right, I'm trying not to think about future episodes, just where we are, but like this is a really good episode. It's I'm gonna give it a 9. I really it's a very enjoyable watch, and you know what? Like at this point, this is probably my 4th or 5th time watching this episode, and you know what? I still enjoyed it. It's action packed.
Yeah, very.
There's some Easter eggs just for stuff that to come down the line, but it's just a fun Wolverine and Gambit story.
I want my gut instinct is to say 10, but that does seem really high. Have I given any 10s this season yet?
If you hit, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I'll say 9. I'll say 9. It's only 9 because I feel like the ending could have been a little better. But aside from that, I really liked it.
I'm going to give it a 9 as well. Basically for the same reasons. Like, it was basically, I don't know. You could say it was like the second act of like a larger movie. It felt like it was just like the action part of the story. But that's fine. So like, if it had another 5 minutes or so to like add some more story elements or like depth to the story, I think it could have been a 10.
Well, you know what I appreciated about it too is that Gambit's a dick, and he's a thief, but
he's like jokey about it.
Yeah, and they don't redeem him. Like in this episode, there's no redemption. He actually leaves Wolverine to die.
Yeah,
he really does. He's kind of a dick, and he's
not a part of the X-Men at the end of this episode.
No, he's really
he didn't like have a change of heart or anything. No, he thought he was taking the money. He blew up a wall and left the dude to die, and then that was it. Like
There's no real heart of gold moment here, It's not really the moment where you're like, oh, he actually does have a heart of gold. Just ever.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Absolument no. I sold out my kind for a large amount of cash.
Look, he was paid a large amount of cash. Yeah, good episode. All right, well, let's go to our. You know what?
All right,
you
guys.
guys have X points.
This is where I'm gonna have to leave you anyways. I don't
All
really have
right.
any points though, so.
I don't have any points either. I kind of want to skip it and go right to the Wolver words.
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
You got Wolver words with us there, Ryan, before you go?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's do
Where you gonna go, Ryan?
I gotta get to bed. I gotta.
Oh, I
do
see.
everything.
It's late.
Yeah.
He's an hour behind us, isn't he?
No, ahead of you.
Oh,
No,
oh
behind
shit!
us.
This is lit. No, he's behind us.
Oh yeah, behind. Yeah, it's 10:30.
Yeah, it's 11:25 here.
Andre's a late guy. I'm a zombie now, but that's fine.
It all depends on the day. It's because I'm usually up by like 5:30 or so, anyways.
Because Andre has to be. He has so much fucking shit to do. So much.
Yes.
All right. Well, here's our Wolver words, everybody. Best line, we all agreed, I think. I mean, I'll play it one more time just because I think we all agree it's the best one.
Absolument no. I sold out my kind for a large amount of cash.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
That's the best line.
And
he's like he's shocked. He's like upset. He's like, no, I would never. I do it for a lot of money.
yeah, he's like, you insult me, sir. I am no cheap thief, cheap like species trader. But yeah, Gambit stole this episode. I mean,
absolutely.
Best character for sure.
And what was the other one? The other Wolver word?
Best line, best character,
best scene.
Best scene.
Hmm.
I think that one with Wolverine and when Wolverine and him have the big fight, and then he offers him the job.
Fight.
Yeah, great.
Where he's throwing the nuts and bolts and stuff.
Yeah, it was a good fight too.
Him charging up the car and exploding was kind of cool, but it was like, oh yeah, take your car, and then it explodes. Like when she goes to get in it, it blows up. That's a fun moment.
Which could have killed her.
Just to differ, I'm gonna pick the scene where him and Wolverine first meet, which is why I think they didn't know each other. Because he didn't see this coming, where he's just like, tell me who stole the collars. And he's just like, oh, well, I don't have her name, but I do have her card. Oh, it's actually one of mine. And then, he throws it at him and it explodes.
I think he might have seen it. It seems like he kind of saw it coming though, because he was just like, he just looked mad and cut it in half.
Yeah, it's true. Actually. But yeah, all right. Well, those are the Wolver Awards. Thanks for joining us, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Get to bed.
Yeah, I know. I got to go take care of the dog and get all the lunches ready. And,
wow. We're going to be out of here in 5 or 10 minutes too, so don't even.
Yeah, fair enough. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Later. Yep. All right. So let's move on to. Oh, it's just funny because it's Gambit.
I sold out my.
Hey, check this out.
Hey, check this out. It's our comic reminiscences and recommendations. Well, why don't you go ahead, Andre, since you already said what it is.
What'd you say, sorry?
Hey, check this out.
Oh, Wolverine and Gambit victims.
Sailing low.
5 women have been murdered in London, including Detective Alexandria Davies. Where's this story? Whom the X-Men Gambit knew. The public begins to fear a new Jack the Ripper. Gambit takes a plane to London and breaks into a police station to investigate further, but is interrupted by a cop after escaping and visits her parents. The daughters doesn't know either. So him and Wolverine team up. To his surprise, the killer's revealed to be his teammate, Wolverine. He claims he doesn't know why he's in London or why he has blood in his claws. Police prepare to arrest both mutants. A mysterious observer watches them and laughs.
Of course he wouldn't admit it. Go read the story, see why Wolverine wouldn't admit
Fun trivia fact, in this series, it's the only time ever in comics Gambit's powers are blue instead of pink.
Huh. Interesting. Well, here's my comic recommendation for you, everybody. Because I'm just really digging this series. Cyclops 2 and 3.
Electric Boogaloo?
What?
Cyclops 2, Electric Boogaloo? You don't get that
Shadows
right.
of Tomorrow. Close, though.
So,
and
are you familiar with Canon Films? They were a company run by these two Middle Eastern brothers that made like the Master of the Universe movie.
Oh yeah.
And they made a bunch of movies. They did I think they did Bloodsport and a bunch of movies that had middling to somewhat success at a certain time period. But they did a breakdancing movie that was kind of popular called Breakin'. And then they did a sequel called Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. So whenever like there's another two people, I always make that joke, and every once in a while somebody gets it, but more often than not,
well, it's not going to be me, sir.
All right. Well, you're not getting your Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo reference.
But honestly, if you're not reading Cyclops by Alex Packnadell and art by, how do I say this? Roger Antonio? Roge? Oh, sorry, buddy. I don't know your name, how to say your name, but it's great art.
Sorry,
too.
Roger Antonio.
Everything's great about this series so far. It's just Alex totally gets Cyclops. You'll love this story, Andre. You're a Cyclops fan.
I do like me some Cyclops.
And this is some bomb Cyclops. Yeah. Check it out. He's trying to help a young mutant. She's kind of sick of his shit right away because she knows who he is. So, and he's kind of disappointed that he let Krakoa fall. She's like, my parents wouldn't let me go to Krakoa until I was like old enough to make the decision myself. And by the time I was old enough to choose to go to Krakoa, you guys like ruined it and it was gone.
So what ruined Krakoa in the comics?
Oh, it just was like attacked by everybody.
Why?
Because people don't like mutants.
Oh, okay. What dick?
Like all the different like groups, like Orcus, and all like the different groups that were working against them. It was mostly Orcus, I think. And then Sinister like screwed it over from the inside because it turns out he was hacking Resurrection the whole time and turned everyone who had resurrected evil, and that was the whole thing. So yeah. So their whole reason for being there, other than being in all together as mutants, this whole resurrection thing, that was kind of a bust at that point. And
Interesting.
And then Krakoa was having drama with a Rocco.
A Rocco?
Yeah, there was two islands at once. It wasn't just Krakoa. There was Krakoa and a Rocco. But anyway, there was lots going on in the Krakoan age. It was good stuff. It was getting a bit long in the tooth, but I don't know if that was true, actually. I think they could have gone on with maybe some fresh writers or some fresh books or something, but it was pretty good. What else we got here? Oh, of course.
You don't like the movie? Change the channel.
So here's my remote for you. I'm going to interrupt your my remote. Because I watched No Country for Old Men again just to understand you better, Andre.
Well, what did you think?
Because I didn't even remember half of it. So it had been a long time since I had seen it. But I find it interesting that it's your favorite movie. It's a very good movie. And the villain is very good, of course. But it's like this episode where I find the ending very unsatisfying.
That's on purpose, though.
I know, but it doesn't make me feel any better about it being a very unsatisfying ending. Like the whole movie is this like battle between Josh Brolin and Javier Bardem, and that's awesome. And then like there's 20 minutes left, and like Josh Brolin just kind of fucks off and like flirts with a girl by a pool about beer, and then you don't see him again, and then it just becomes this Javier.
Well, he was killed. He was killed by those guys. What? Remember those guys that like he was killed. He was dead. He was killed by those other guys.
He was in the pool there.
Well, or in his hotel room. I can't remember where he died exactly, but he was dead. He was killed by those other guys.
Oh yeah, and then
remember when they pull up, the truck comes out and they're all driving away.
Oh yeah, okay. But anyway, so like
if I framed it this way, does it change anything to you? Javier Bardem's character represents death, the concept of death, and the idea of death.
Yeah.
And how it's random, it comes for you, but then it doesn't. There's no rhyme or reason, and it's completely no matter that eventually it'll come for you regardless.
I thought it was a very interesting framing they do early, where they basically like juxtapose him with the kind of character who's the exact opposite of him. That guy who he like just pulls out of his car or whatever, and he ends up shooting with the air gun. But he was just like this super weak, innocent, deferent character, like the complete opposite of Javier Bardem's character, and they're just showing you the difference of those two characters. I found that very interesting. But I don't know. I feel like Tommy Lee Jones didn't even need to be there.
Oh no, he definitely needs to be there.
Like, I don't know. I know the story at the end is fine movie, and everything, but like, I don't know. It's a good movie. I'm just surprised.
Well, the whole it's about the changing of the guard. Like there was a time where there was a bit of honor among thieves, right? Like even the criminals in the 50s still had a bit of a code, and they still sort of like obviously they're still vicious and they were still violent, but the idea that like the advent of drugs in the drug trade changed the game significantly, where things got really different, and you had true psychopaths come out of the woodwork that do the craziest shit they do. And it's like and Tommy Lee Jones's character is the cop that's recognizing that the game has changed, and that there's a significant change in not just crime, not just cops themselves, but crime itself, and how things have gotten so worse and to this level that's like almost
but he's just like, well, one thing's for sure, they're not waiting for you.
Yeah. And even it's got so many great lines. It's so stylistically rich, and Sugar is so terrifying. When
he's messed up.
I love when
he's just stressing out that guy in the store.
Oh yeah, how much have you ever lost on a coin toss?
Yeah.
When he says when Woody Harrelson's character says he says when Moss says to him, what is he, like the ultimate badass or something? And he goes, let's just say he doesn't have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I think like it's just so the Coens are so good together. They're so good together.
Yeah, they are.
I love it so much.
But it's a good movie. It's just good.
I mean, if I had to say that I have a third favorite, or that if I had two that were tied for a favorite, it'd be The Big Lebowski would also be the other one. So like together,
I like Lebowski better than this movie.
Yeah, because you're basically Lebowski.
Yeah, I know. I'm the other.
Got a lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have yous. I just don't want to. Yeah. I just had a rough day, and I don't hear the fucking Eagles.
I'm not an Eagles fan, but other than that.
Well, that was the best. He wasn't either. Lebowski wasn't either. Remember, he's in the car after I think the car. I think it was after Treehorn fucked him up and sent him home. And he gets in the cab, and the Eagles are playing. And he goes, "Can you change the station?" And he goes, "Okay, fuck you. This is my cab. We listen to my music. We're driving in my cab." And then he's like, "Dude, I just had a really rough day, and I just don't want to hear the fucking Eagles right now." And the guy stops the car, gets out, and pulls him out, and throws him on the street, and drives away just because he doesn't want to listen to the Eagles. Oh man, that movie's so good.
I do like when Josh Brolin's wife calls him out on his coin toss bullshit.
Yeah,
it's like it's not a
that's
it
too.
Psycho.
Yeah. That's it too. Like we justify the crazy shit we do for all these other reasons, and like. Yeah, and she's right. Like he kills her too, obviously, but like it doesn't show you on the screen, but it's pretty obvious.
No,
so like everyone dies because of like in the
then he gets messed up right after that.
Well, that's it too. It even comes for him, right? Like he represents change and death, and
Mister, I'll just give you my shirt.
but isn't that the beauty of it too? Is the altruism? Like a kid actually, the kid helps them, and these kids help them. To be altruistic and kind, but
he also asks for their help.
But look what kills. Like if Moss didn't go back, he would have got away. The only reason that he went back to help the guy that needed water, and if he hadn't
I
done
know.
that, they never would have found him. He would have got away scot free.
When that moment happens in the movie, you could tell that's the most important part of the movie. He just goes, all right then. Goes and gets
Well,
the
I
water.
suggest for another book recommendation is I don't have it right here. A friend of mine gave me a book. I think it's Chasing the Light or something. It's called Roger. Is it Roger Deakins? He's a cinematographer. That's like a very famous cinematographer that shot almost all the Coen Brothers movies. And and there's a whole chapter about No Country for Old Men in there. And he talks about how sometimes it's almost like film school in a bag if you're like don't want to go to film school, want to learn about making films. But he describes how they needed a certain thing for the script. So they found they needed tree and they needed water and they needed to be near water, but had the space for like all this other stuff. So they found two separate locations that together provided everything they needed, but not one. So they had to do like the tree because they wanted the tree on the hill. They found that spot, and then the water on the other side of the hill was another location entirely. So yeah, it's a beautiful movie. I'm glad you watched it again. You know, it's a movie I really, really like, and I'd be curious to see what you think about it. I feel like you're not going to like it, but it's also one that's high in my list of favorite movies. It's called Happiness. It's from the 90s, like 97. It's by Todd Solondz, who did a lot of interesting movies. But it's got a murder's row of actors you'll recognize. Dylan Baker's in it, who played Kirk Connors in the original Spider-Man movies. Let's see here. Jane Addams, who you'd recognize, she's in a lot of stuff. The girl that was on like was it Boston Legal, the kind of heavier set girl, Cameron Manheim. John Lovitz is in it.
No, she was on Ally McBeal.
Yeah, she was. Wasn't she on one of the other shows? Like it wasn't Boston Legal, but like NYPD Blue or one of those. I don't know. Law and Order, maybe? She had Law and Order?
Yeah, maybe a Law and Order. There's a million Law and Orders.
So Philip Seymour Hoffman's in it, Dylan Baker's in it, John Lovitz is in it, Jane Addams, Laura Flynn Boyle, you remember from Twin Peaks, and what's it? Jared Harris, is that his name? Or Jared Harris's son? Richard Harris's son, Jared Harris, the guy that played Moriarty in the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movie. Molly Shannon's in it. It's a great movie, and it's a hard movie because the basic concept is that and this will be my movie suggestion, sure, but it's a divisive movie, and in our modern climate where people are a little quick to be offended, you will be, but I think it's for good reason. The basic concept is that it's all these different people's stories that intertwine, but they're all kind of horrible people in their own way, but you kind of understand that they're just trying to be happy. And that's true. That's life. Like even the worst of us are just trying to be happy. And the most problematic part of the movie that I think most people would take issue with is that Dylan Baker plays a father. He's a married man with a kid who is a pedophile. He doesn't hurt his own children, and he knocks out friends of his kids using drugs to match his need. But you feel bad for him. Like you don't feel entirely bad for him. But you do feel a little bad for him. And I think that's what unsettles people watching it, is that it actually makes someone that does this horrible thing, it humanizes them a little, and that's rough for some people to accept. But it's
I think you've mentioned this movie before.
It's really good. like Laura Flynn Boyle is like a woman who gets obscene phone calls like from a person she doesn't know.
Dylan Baker plays that type of character though very well.
Like he is so good in the movie. So good in the movie. It's insane how good he is. He's also in Fido, which is one of my favorite movies that I never got to do.
And he's in.
Did you end up watching it when we were doing the other? When we were doing the other
I had
podcast?
seen Fido at least 3 times.
I love that fucking movie.
Me too. So
remember, Headcasket.
I saw it in theater at the Oxford when it came out.
Oh, I saw it in theater in Dartmouth at the Cineplex there. But anyway, it's a really good movie. I hesitate to show it at my movie club because I know it's because of that it's going to offend some people. But it's like if you think about dark comedies, you can't get much darker, and it's so good.
No, you can't.
It's so good. Like there's like Philip Seymour Hoffman's like a guy that makes obscene phone calls, like really obscene phone calls to Laura Flynn Boyle's character, who he doesn't know, but he's seen somewhere, and he got her number. And then she, like when he calls her, she is at a particular place in her life where she is kind of into it, like, and then wants to meet him, and then like the what happens when it's like the fantasy versus the reality. It's so fucking funny. Oh, dude, it's such a good movie. All of his movies, Pod Salons, are really interesting. Like Welcome to the Dollhouse is one that a lot of people probably have heard of. Life During Wartime was actually the sequel to Happiness, where he has completely different actors play all the characters. On purpose.
The same characters?
Same characters, but played by all completely different actors. And like wildly different actors. In the first movie, it's Philip Seymour Hoffman. In the second movie, it's the guy with the scar on his face from The Wire, the black guy that died recently, or a few years ago. Michael
Sterling K. Brown?
No. Kenneth Williams, something Kenneth Williams. He was the guy with he played Chalky White on Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, I know who you mean.
Yeah, he had the scar running through his face. He was in The Road. He was the guy that in the movie The Road, based on the Cormac McCarthy novel.
I haven't seen that either.
Oh, what? Talk about dark.
I started watching it one time, but I fell asleep and I just never got back to it.
It's a hard as a parent, you'll probably appreciate it. It's a you hated it?
No, I said I would hate it because I'm a parent. And it's sad.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know what? Interestingly enough, with Cormac McCarthy's output, it's probably his most hopeful book, even though it's fucking horrendous. Even though it's fucking
depressing
horrible.
Bastard.
But it's probably the most realistic depiction you'll see in fiction about what would happen if the world fell apart.
Yeah,
like how we would treat each other, and what would actually happen. And
but
it's a beautiful movie. Like Viggo Mortensen was so good in it, and so is Cody Smith-McPhee.
Well, Viggo's often quite excellent.
Yes, I recently watched
Great in History of Violence.
Oh, I was in a movie with Maria Bello. I think I told the story before. She was the wife in that. She's really good. I had to stop myself from just asking questions about it all the time because I wanted to. I was like, man, I love that movie. You know what? Fun fact for the trivia hounds at home: that was the last studio movie released on VHS.
Huh. I think here we go.
Time is limited. I come to you with an urgent message.
You will like that. Oh, right. You're taking this over now.
Yeah. Why not? So,
Professor Zordon, like Power Ranger Zordon?
Yeah, I was going for some silly sort of a reference there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, your homework, everyone, is to review Wolverine and the X-Men episode 6. Not review. Well, review it yourself, of course, but watch. Review as in 2 words. Yeah, episode 6, which is called Here It Comes. Anticipation, everybody. Ooh, there's a bunch of characters in this one by the looks of things. And it's called Excalibur.
Ooh.
Nightcrawler's
Excalibur crew?
Excalibur, spelt like the Nightcrawler Age of Apocalypse series, Excalibur.
Do we get the fun Excalibur group?
No, it's not that Excalibur. That's why it's spelled this way. It's
spelled
of Nightcrawler's group.
Yeah, Nightcrawler's Excalibur group.
Well, Squid Boy, Dazzler, Network, and Pixie are apparently in this episode, so that's fun.
It's a lot of kids. There's a lot of people I don't recognize.
Yeah, well, so you don't know Squid Boy.
There's a guy. Was he? Oh shit! There's a bunch of characters you're going to recognize in it. But
yeah, there's a bunch. All those ones I just mentioned.
You don't know about the other? You haven't mentioned the other one?
No, I'm not going to spoil any more of it for myself.
Okay.
So,
well, let's just say if you don't like the movie, change the channel.
Well, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Contact us at xmenreviewshow@gmail.com. Support us at patreon.com/xmenreviewshow. I'll eventually make the Patreon cooler, I promise. And get some merch at redbubble.com/people/X-Men review show/shop and find our audio only version wherever you get your podcasts.
I trust you have had enough.
Yeah, probably. Had enough, Andre.
Yeah. I think I can go now.
All right. Well, in that case, catch you next time.
Next time.
I guess this is goodbye.
This program is a proud part of the Swear to Pod Network.